Heidi from Minimalist Homeschool. Welcome to our channel. I share a lot of stuff that really has to do with homeschool and trying to live our life one day at a time for Christ while we wait for His return. And I've recently been sharing our 100 Days of Homeschool series. So just showing you what homeschool looks like for our family. We've got 4 kiddos, nearly 9 months to 14 years in age. So whole mixture going on here. I want to share this specifically because I've written an ebook before, The Minimalist Home, talking about how and why we have worked towards this minimalist mindset and how we actually apply that to our home. Minimalism is not a one-time process. You don't just go through your stuff once and get rid of a bunch of things and it stays that way forever. Especially when you have 4 children. And it just, maybe it does work for somebody else, but it doesn't work for us anyways. I've never been able to go through it, get rid of it, and never see anything again, and everything always stays that way forever and ever, and it's perfect. So for us, it's a constant cycle of being mindful in what we bring into our home, being mindful of what we purchase in all of these different things. And so I have been feeling slightly overwhelmed lately because I have this feeling that somehow the time has come that we need to go through the steps that I share in the ebook Minimalist Home, but we need to go through our steps of minimalism again in our home, because I don't know how it happens, but little by little I feel like a couple times a year it's enough that everything kind of comes all together and I just need to go through the entire house all over again. And I figured what a perfect thing while we're doing this 100 Days of Homeschool challenge to just document the process of how exactly we do that and show it to you guys. So I am going to start today. It is Monday. I woke up late because our baby has decided to have this new ridiculous schedule where she is staying up until midnight practically and then wanting to sleep in until like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I got a late start today, but we are going to have lunch as a family, and then the kids have pretty much finished up their homeschool day today. But this week, I am going to make it my focus, because I have the week off, and we are going to take the week to go through our house, room by room, completing the steps that we do to minimize everything down. And then we're just going to kind of record how we do it to share, and hopefully maybe this can be a help to even just one person. If one person could see that and get some encouragement, inspiration of how our family does it anyways, then that would be fantastic. And maybe you could get, for me, if my home is not in order and everything's just a wreck, it just, I get stressed out, I get on edge, I am not having the attitude and the responses that I should. So I know that that's something for me that is a definite trigger that I need to keep in order and in line. So if that's something that maybe you struggle with as well, hey, maybe this could be something that could possibly help and possibly work for your home as well. So that is going to be the kind of theme of the week, I guess, as we work through that. So when I'm going to run out now, get a couple items, and then as soon as I get back, I am going to kind of give you guys the breakdown of how we do it. We're going to pick our first room, make it happen. Also, super quick note, but our first magazine, it's an online free magazine, and it will be coming out, our autumn edition will be coming out here in the middle of October. I'm super excited to get that out. We have had so much feedback and so much response, and we have some amazing families contributing to this. So go to our website, minimalisthomeschool.com. There's a link below in the description. At the bottom of any of those pages, we have our box where you can enter in your email address to subscribe. That will let you know the moment the magazine gets published. So be sure to go and do that. If you have any things that you would like to hear the magazine talk about, or if you yourself would like to contribute, message me, let me know, and we'll be happy to work that in. So wanted to make sure I let you guys know about that. I'm really excited for it. So go down there, go to the website, and subscribe. All right, we have had lunch and finished up our homeschool for the day. We're not going to do any electives today. Travis, our 14-year-old, it was his birthday a couple weeks ago. Anyways, I don't remember how many weeks ago it's been now. But for his birthday, he ended up with a tidy sum of cash, and he decided to open his first bank account, and then he bought a refurbished Xbox off of eBay, and so that arrived today, and they are so beyond excited that because we have one Xbox that the kids get time to play, you know, and then their dad, they have like a whole game room set up so they can play and have fun and do all kinds of stuff. But now Travis has his own, so we have let him put that in his room so that when they get their bit of time in the afternoon to play, he can play with his sisters but on his own thing. So he just got all of that all set up, and they are like ridiculously excited in there. So now they are off Minecrafting. But anyways, well, they are busy doing that, which is just the coolest thing to have ever happened apparently. I want to get working on this whole minimalism process that we've done before. Again, you can download the ebook. I'll put a link to it in the description, and that's where I talk. I think I wrote that 2 years ago now. Anyways, so that will kind of give you the gist there. But I have 4 steps that I usually do. This is how I started from the very beginning to go through our home, minimize the stuff down. And in the book, I share a lot more of why we chose to do that as well. But 4 steps are this, as simple as possible. I pick a space. It can be a whole room. Heck, sometimes when I was just starting out, it would be a drawer, a closet, whatever it was. Pick a space. Empty that space completely out. Pull everything out. So like if I'm tackling my junk drawer, right? I pull the drawer out, dump everything. If it's a closet, I empty the entire closet. If it's a room, I empty the entire room. I'm talking everything off the shelves, everything out of the drawers. In some spaces, I've even taken everything off of the walls, depending on what it is. But empty everything out. If you can set it, you know, in the middle of the room, in a different room, whatever the case may be, just empty everything out. After I've emptied everything out, I clean the whole space. So I scrub down, if it's a drawer, I scrub down the drawer. If it's a closet, I clean out the whole closet. If it's the room, I scrub the whole room down. I don't like to use chemicals in the house, so I use e-cloth wipes. It's like the affordable Norwex products is what I would think, and you can get it off of Amazon. So if it comes off of Amazon, it's my best friend. I use the e-cloth wipes and take those. You just use water. You don't have to use any chemicals. It kills any bacteria. It scrubs everything. Every time I scrub down the rooms, I get comments like, oh wow, did you paint in here? Nope, just wipe down the walls with my e-cloth. So my family calls them my magic cloths, and I will link down below for them as well if you want to check them out. But I will clean down the entire room. So all of that stuff that you only do seasonally, like scrubbing the baseboards and, you know, getting all of the like real nitty gritty stuff done. I do all of that while the room, the space is empty. Then after I have taken everything out, cleaned everything down, I go through it and separate it. So I go through what items do we have to have. And I'm talking must have. Not, yeah, it'd be nice if we had that back in there. But what are the items that your family uses on the day-to-day that are absolutely essential? Put those into one pile. I make another pile of things that are more so nice to have, or I have some kind of like emotional attachment to it, or don't really like need it, but don't really want to get rid of it. I kind of set that in a separate pile. And then the third pile, I do stuff that I clearly don't need. I don't know why we're holding on to this, because we don't need it. It would be much better to let that bless someone else, or trash, just get it thrown away, if that's it. So after I pick a room, take everything out of it, clean everything, I split it up into the piles. When I've split it up into the different piles, I put the stuff that is the essential, obviously we have to use. I go and I put those things back now in the nice clean space. So nicely and neatly I put it back. You have to be for real with yourself though when you're picking these things that are your essential items. I'm talking the bare minimum that your family has to have to still function. When we started this process and we started it in our kitchen, that meant we kept one plate per person, one bowl per person, one spoon, one fork, one knife. I mean, we were exact with it. What is the bare minimum that you must have to still function day in and day out? One towel per person, one set of sheets, one comforter. I mean, whatever it is, I'm talking bare essential. Be for real with yourself here. Anything that isn't that bare essential is what's in that second pile of things that, yeah, it's nice, you don't necessarily want to get rid of it, but you don't have to have that day in and day out for your life to continue on. You'll take that second pile, that stuff that you don't have to have on the daily, but you don't feel ready to part with it quite yet, or you don't think that you're ready to part with it quite yet. Take that stuff and get it out of sight, out of mind. If that means you're just throwing it into trash bags or boxes or something to hold it, and you can set it in your basement, your garage, the trunk of your car, another room, a closet, something. Get it out of sight and out of mind. Because I really notice that the moment we do that, even if it's just for a weekend or a week or a month, get it out of sight and out of mind, and see in that time that you don't have it in the space it was in, how often in your daily life did you go, I really need that? How often do you do that? If it's gone and you have it, like us, we use our basement. So if I've emptied the entire kitchen and I've kept just one fork, one knife, one spoon, one plate, one bowl, and a couple pots and pans, right? And everything else that is stuff that I think I would use, but I don't use on the daily, is down in the basement because it was in that pile number 2. I go for usually a couple weeks to a month and see how many times in that period was I trying to cook dinner or do something and was like, I really need whatever item it is. Because then in that way, I can just run downstairs or go to the closet or garage or whatever and grab that item that I need. But what's funny is I've noticed as I would move from room to room that the amount of times I would have to run downstairs to get an item that I, needed were really few and far between. So I've cleaned out the space, I've separated the stuff, put back the essential stuff, the other stuff I've gotten it out of sight, out of mind. I wait a little while, 2 weeks, a month, whatever works for you. At which point, if I did not need anything that's still down in my basement or whatever that is in that pile that I haven't gone and gotten anything out of, I bag that stuff up if I haven't already, and I take it to our local shelter. They have a women and children's shelter and a men's shelter. It is a Christian-based facility, or not facility, but organization that is run in our town. They're fantastic. And I take everything over to them and I donate all of it. Then that way they can get it to people who truly do need some items. They also have a thrift store, so then they sell the rest of the stuff to raise the funds for the other things that they need to do to help these people in our community. So for me, that means that we got it out of our home, so I'm no longer stressed out by it, dealing with it, whatever it may be, and instead it's now going to bless somebody else who really did need it. So that's our process. I am going to move from room to room this week. That is the plan. I feel like I'm kind of taking, you know, taking off a big bite, but we're gonna see if I can do it. This is where it's kind of neat. The accountability of like having to post these videos is kind of a little kick in the pants for me to like, I have to get up and get going. I don't know why. Lately, I am so stinking tired. Like, I would love nothing more. The baby's asleep right now. I would love nothing more than to lay down and take a nap right now. But I know I also really don't need one. So instead of doing that and being absolutely unproductive, I am going to get up and I am going to, we've got 5 days in the week. Today, I am going to do our living room and like my office space. This is also where we have our bookshelf for our homeschool. So I'm going to tackle this room today. Another day, I am going to do our like kitchen dining room and the game room that is over there. Another day, I need to do our laundry room, and I'm going to do our hall bath in that day as well. And then I need to do my bedroom. That is a big one. I don't even know if I'm necessarily going to tackle the kids' rooms because I feel like they're not my big problem right now this week, but maybe that'll be like a bonus thing we do Saturday or something. But that's the plan. So I am going to show you how I implement those steps in this. If you would much rather like pause at this point to go pull up our ebook and like read through it, it's really short and simple. It's not like it's this huge, you know, complicated thing. But if you want to go read through that first, you totally can, and then come watch and see how I'm going to implement that here in our space right now. So I kind of picked one of the easiest rooms to start with today just because it is already really late in the day, and I'm just now trying to tackle all of this. So come with me and see how we do it. And now's a perfect time to do it because I had a big wedding last week, so I was not really doing my normal daily cleanup. I have a lot of people in this house, so if I'm not following around doing stuff consistently, my house gets really messy really quick because like there's just a lot of people. And so right now my house is kind of a disaster. It's a little embarrassing. So I figured though this is the perfect time to say, hey, this is what happens when everything starts to fall out of control. Makes me crazy, but look how simple and how quick we can get things fixed and turned around. So slightly embarrassing that I am sharing, you know, all of this with whoever may be seeing this and going, yeah, way to go, lady. House is a disaster. Yes, I know. And that's why I do this. So I think I'm ready. We can get started and hopefully make something of our house this week. Did you feed him a whole piece of crust? Yeah? Yeah, I've got one dog sleeping in the baby's boppy, and then he took that whole piece of crust though and was like holding it sideways, like trying, like the dog was trying to get the whole piece of crust in his mouth at one time. Like somebody was gonna come take it from him, but nobody was even paying a bit of attention. So I'm watching the big dog sit there, like choking on this piece of crust trying to get it, and then little dog's curled up in the baby's boppy. You'd think we bought that boppy just for her.
According to her, you did. You absolutely did.
Yeah, so apparently the boppy was bought just for Lola to be able to snuggle in.
She's so pretty.
Well, it's not like she doesn't have 2 dog beds of her own or anything like that, but
Those are dog beds, Mama.
I know curling up in the boppy is her favorite thing.
Hey, the cat likes to curl up in the clothes. Sherry likes to curl up on Brandon.
Look at her. Yep, she's good. So apparently now curling up on the boppy is all of the dog's favorite thing. Jerry boy.
It's my turn now.
Hey, you supposed to be on there? That's for the baby. You're not a baby. Well, you're kind of a baby. You lunatic. That's for the baby. You have dog beds. Like, you have those things. Okay, so totally admitting the fact that we have always moved quite frequently. Like every year my husband and I, in like the first like 12 years of marriage, we'd moved like 16 times or something ridiculous like that. Since we moved into this house though, we're renting it. We've been here for over 3 years now, I think, which is crazy. But when we moved in here, we were just trying to get out into the country more to see if we liked it. But we were like, you know what? Usually when we move into a house, we repaint everything and we put all this work into it. When we moved here, we were like, we won't be here over the year. Like, just leave it as is. And you can tell this home has been a rental for a long time and it really needs some love and attention. But we just didn't do anything because we're like, not even worried about it. We didn't put like our home decor, all of my cutesy home decor and stuff is, most of it I've given it away. And the things like portraits and stuff like that that I've kept are still downstairs in a box. Like we haven't even unpacked that stuff. The couple things that are up here are just very random and are literally on nails and stuff that were left up from the people who lived here before. That's where we're at. In this big change that we are going through with our family and our life, and where we feel God calling us, though, the more and more we pray about it, I think we need to stay here. I think that's what God is calling us to do. And so my husband and I recently have been like, you know what, if we're going to be here, even if we don't get to buy this home, if we're just staying here as renters for a while, I think we should start kind of doing some of these things, like painting. There was a bunch of holes in the wall, you know, knocked into the walls when we moved in here. Let's fix those, you know, start updating things a bit. So it's not very pretty, that's for sure, but it's one of those things now that we're like, you know what, let's go ahead and start looking at some of these things. So as I kind of show you around as we go room to room, part of this kind of cleaning and minimizing and kind of doing that is as we start kind of piecing together as budget allows to kind of fix up different little areas. I think that's part of my pull on wanting to get this done and fixed up so that way we can start, because right now how we have everything set up is like, it's a little silly. It's a little ridiculous. I will admit it, because it was just like, hey, let's work with what we got and piece it together, and we won't be here very long, I'm sure, so don't even worry about it. And then we've lived here longer than we've ever lived anywhere in our married lives, and it's kind of like, maybe we should do something about that. So hopefully we can do this process here where I go through and minimize everything, and then we can share with you as we go through and get to, I don't know, maybe fix it up a little bit. So we'll see, but I will give you a little tour of our living room. All right, for our living room, we do have this little closet, which has some jackets and stuff that I should go through. Some random, I think these were some homeschool supplies, and then Lord knows what's ended up there. And then our son has various like things they play with outside, so pull all of that out. This is my lovely desk setup. See what I mean about working with what we got? I had this old table that I just put it on, but it's too low, so I had to put a block of wood under it to hold the computer up. And this is a sweet little end table that my husband and the kids built for me like years and years ago. And it is currently housing my printer, that's work stuff, homeschool stuff, bills and stuff I'm taking care of for my mother-in-law. I mean, the whole thing's just a disaster zone. But I'll go through, straighten all that up. This is the chair. You know, the chair where all the laundry goes to kind of live forever. I usually, as we finish laundry, the girls come and it's their job to place the dry laundry from the dryer here on the chair. Then I fold it, put it into piles, and everybody puts it away in a timely manner. But as you can see, there's like folded laundry, not put away, stuff that was folded nicely that now the cat's made a bed out of, and then a bunch of stuff that's had nothing done with it. And look, a school book back there. So I should deal with that. Little crate made end table with some stacks of books. These are some of the old books from when I was a little girl that my children are not allowed to touch, so that's why they're at least still sitting there looking neat. Another shirt that hasn't been put away, our poor sad couch. This I just keep, this is actually, this container here was it's a box I arranged flowers in, but we put it back here with the books that the kids are currently reading. But some of these are actually books that they're done with, so I need to do that. This is the book Lily's currently been reading through. She is obsessed with planning out a farm, so I need to go through that. I've got plants. If there's anything I'm probably not very minimalist with, it's my collection of plants and chickens. Same thing down here. I've got another collection of books. These are all books so that the kids aren't allowed to touch, so it actually stays rather neat. Oops. And then this is our bookshelf. We have one other one with a few books on it, but this is some of our homeschool supplies and books that we want to keep and are reading through, and we'll be reading through the rest of the year. But then I've got like yarn up here from when we made the macrame plant holders. So that's all just kind of stuffed in back there, and some other various things. The kids get into this shelf little more often, so stuff becomes a little messy there. And then I've got some school books and stuff that we're kind of using this year, but they just seem to get left out here on the coffee table. And dog's still laying in the baby stuff. So, living room, there's not too much stuff. See, here's another one. Lily loves this history book, so she will go through this often. So I want to, I think that's part of it, though, in figuring out the things that the kids actually want access to on the norm. So, step one, I'm going to start pulling everything out of everywhere, getting it here in the center so I can clean the space and then go through it. Laundry is folded. I will put away my stuff and the baby stuff. The girls will grab their piles. Son grabbed his pile. Daddy will grab his pile. Baby's blankets. This is the one that I usually lay down on the floor, so she's on a clean blankie. That is a quilt that her great aunt made her, that I lay out for her monthly photos. This is all the stuff that was in the closet and on the desk. This is a gift for my niece, whose birthday was in July, that I still haven't gotten mailed out. I really need to do that. So now I'm going to go through this stuff. These were things that I forgot we even had up in there. I don't know why I had the DVDs in there. These are from when we did the Sunlight curriculum, which was like 3 years ago. So you can see how well I'm doing with that. Then there were things like, come on guys. Remember these photos? Yep. My mom got us over, or maybe this is from my aunt, but anyway, some of these photos, this is me back, Lord knows, somewhere in the 90s. Look at, here's our Travis, our oldest, that's 14. Look at him. We do his photos at JCPenney's every month. Look how cute he is. And then I found a yearbook from 1999. That's got to be fun. So I now need to go through all of this stuff and separate it out into the piles, and then I can clean everything. My desk was pretty dusty. And then I think I just have to have my son, he's got to come and get all of those outdoor toys out of here so he can go through those. The only thing I left up there, this was my Mother Goose toy from when I was a little kid that I've kept. I used to play a cassette, but I don't think I have that anymore. But we'll keep Mother Goose in there. And now I can go through all of these things. I know they fit you, honey, but they're for when it's cold and it's not cold. You don't need the gloves right now, was my point. I know they fit you. That wasn't my argument. My argument is it's 80 degrees outside, and if I give them to you now, they'll be lost by the time winter comes. But what do I know? I'm just a mom. Do you need me?
I was just making sure you were good.
I'm good.
Okay. Steady. Okay.
Jen took the glove. You missed it. It's a whole thing. It's a miracle I get anything done in this house. Okay. I've pulled everything out. I am now going to go through it and separate it into the piles. There are a lot of things in here that I know I don't need. They are not a necessity to my day-to-day life, and I need to part with them and let them go. But then there's also things like Jenga. My family loves playing Jenga. I had put this, I guess at some point, up in that closet instead of putting it in our gaming cabinet. I don't know why, and kind of forgot we owned this. So this I will probably just move back into the game cabinet, and my kids will probably play it like crazy because they love this game, but their mother, I don't know what I did. There's something like this. I don't know if you ever saw like our original little intro for the Minimalist Homeschool, but when we made it, the kids drew this picture. This was like their little thing. I'm kind of thinking how Travis made his DIY frames for his posters. We might make one of those for this. I'm thinking. So that might be something. But then there were things like these vinyl wall decals that I've never done anything with. I think they were given to us and I still wasn't sure if I even wanted to use them. These can go bless someone else. I'm going to go through and make these piles. Figure out what's what. Like this. The What's in the Bible series. This is by far the best series ever. Phil Vischer did a phenomenal job with this. I think it is as helpful to children as it is to an adult. We have bought like everyone in the regular DVD format. I found myself signed up with some mail series that would send them to us. And then we've bought them all on just Amazon Prime Video because that's where my kids watch stuff. I will probably go ahead and donate all of these DVDs because we have them on the on-demand digital copy and that's what we watch. We never actually watch DVDs. So we'll probably go ahead and donate these and let somebody else have them and enjoy them because they are phenomenal. So I'm going to go through, separate the stuff into piles real quick so that way I know what's what, can clean everything, and put away the stuff that we need to keep. You don't get to look and do this. No, Mom.
Why not?
Because as soon as you come in here, you're going to start grabbing things.
Well, not. You're gonna check stuff out. Let's not grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it, I found this curriculum that I had bought for you.
It's a curriculum.
Like a school thing for
This one.
learning, reading, and writing. That I think now we might use for your sister. All right.
No, but I want that.
Hey, no. Hey, if you guys want, you can take the chessboard and the Jenga board and either go sit at the table and play it or put it away. But nope, Mom needs no help. Thank you.
No,
Take it to the table. Take it to the table. Hey, is that how we speak to one another? No, ma'am. Okay, take that to the table and do it, please.
It's Lizzie's fault, not my fault. No,
Table. All right, Mom needs no help.
you don't know how to play games.
Will you go put that away for me? Do you mind? Okay, I have gone through everything. I have separated everything into the various piles of what we need to keep, what I know we can just get rid of and we don't need to have. I always think that we don't have any pencils, so I hide the pencils from the kids. Apparently, I have lots of pencils. I just hide them so well from the kids, I forget we have them. So we're good on pencils.
Stop hiding pencils.
You guys go through them like crazy if I don't hide them. I also found, look at this, brand new palette, well, almost brand new, but full palettes of watercolors. I know. Look at all the stuff we have hidden in our closets and don't know about.
Stop hiding it.
Stop hiding it. I also found some curriculum that was brand new that I forgot we had bought, but now that Virginia is starting school, it would actually be really good for her. It's not like full curriculum, it's just some little workbooks to start working on her letters and beginning words, so that's kind of cool. I am now going to clean. I use, where is it? My E-cloth dusting cloth. This thing is awesome. Wipe everything down with that. And then to scrub the walls, my easy hack is using the E-cloth mop with the microfiber bottom.
Yep, and I'm cooking the wall.
Virginia is going to help me. They love doing this. Instead of, it's just their floor mop, you just get this wet with water, wring it out, attach it to the Velcro base of the mop handle, and then just wipe down the whole wall. It's super easy. You can do it? I can't see you. Come over here.
Yep.
With your mittens and all.
I want to take a nap. With my special
With your special gloves? So let's get this room clean, and then we can get all of this stuff put away. And then the only things we should have left in here are the things that we genuinely are going to use.
Mom, I don't think we are going to camp probably.
Oh, we're gonna clean up the rooms. That's like my only focus for the week.
Mom, I want to see it. I forgot what.
Remember? Pretty cool, huh? Yep. Alright, so we're gonna go clean now. Ready?
Yep. Wait.
Ready. Alright, hold on 1 second. Alright, it is now dinner time and I need to get in there and finish making potato soup, but I'm all done. I'll show you what I did. Alright, all of the walls have been scrubbed down with my e-cloth floor mop. The books that are left in here are the books that Lily's currently reading. This little tub right here is my extra school supplies, all compiled into that. The bookshelf, I went through that, so just the books and supplies that are left in there. This cubby is all for books that the girls can read. It also has their bead supplies there since they've been doing that a lot. These are all books for Travis to read with a couple chapter books for Lily. These are all our books for the school year with Minimalist Homeschool that we're reading through. Some extra books just for Travis. And then these are some things that are curriculum books for later on in the year and some extra supplies that we're going to use, but use like here soon. So that's all that's left in there. All of that's been cleaned up, straightened up. Can you put my magnets back, please? All of the laundry has been done and taken care of. My desk, I completely cleared it off. The only things that are left here are either put away at least neatly in my organizer here with my calendar, dictation, and some other stuff. My Bible, oil diffuser, notebook, nothing, minus my notepad. All of that's done. The next wedding I'm working on is up there. But other than that, oh yeah, and then that is where I keep, since there's our outlet, I keep a little box there that I can put the kids' laptop that they use for school. That way it can be charging, and then Virginia's school books are in that little box right there. But that way it holds it together. But one afternoon, and everything is now minimized, put away, emptied, and now hopefully maybe soon we can actually paint these walls and make it look somewhat enjoyable in here. I did empty the closet out. The only thing that is left in there is I went ahead and put the baby's blankets up on the shelf so that way they have somewhere to go and be put up and away. It's just kind of really dark in that corner and you can't see very well. But everything is done. Jen, do you like it? Did we do a good job?
Can we paint our walls now?
Well, we can't paint the walls right now. I would like to, but not yet.
But if I also draw on the walls, can we paint it?
Well, no, you're not going to draw on the walls. We'll get paint and paint them.
Oh, like Nanny's thing. I want mine. Mom, at my side, I want you to be pink.
You want your room to be pink?
And a little bit of that. And then this room will have a little bit of gold and purple.
Gold and purple for Lily?
Yeah, but at Lily's.
On Lily's side of the room?
And then we can paint it everywhere, so a little bit of black on mine, a little bit of gold and purple on mine, on Lily's, and then I have pink.
Those are some good ideas. We'll definitely think about that. Can you put my magnets away for me, please?
I just want to remove it.
You just want, okay.
We're just making dinner.
Okay, so it was one of my easier rooms as far as how much stuff was in here. I also have done all of this in less than 2 hours. Please don't go on the furniture like that. Anyways, I did it in about 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours, with frequent interruptions. So not too bad. Pulled everything out, kept the stuff that I know we're going to need to use. The rest of the stuff has been loaded up and it is going down to the basement. I'm going to keep everything down there while I go through all the other rooms, and then once I'm for sure that I don't think we're gonna need anything, we'll load that up to take to the shelter. There's also a bunch of stuff that just got thrown away because it was trash. And everything, literally the walls, I take the mop, you scrub all the walls, super quick and easy. Everything just feels so much better. I'm going to run the vacuum in here, and then I can use my mop in here. I don't mop until after the kids go to bed, otherwise it's completely worthless, so I'll do that tonight after they go to bed. But day one of running through our minimalist home steps, and this room is now a room that I can sit in and enjoy. The cat, look, it's so nice and clean. Even the cat's up there just super relaxed and enjoying. Tomorrow I'm thinking we're going to tackle our like kitchen dining room and the game room. Pretty sure that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We'll see if it changes, but make sure you come back, join us tomorrow. We'll do that. And so far today, a couple hours worth of work, and I feel so much better. Again, you can go down in the link below. That's where you can get Minimalist Home, our free ebook. Make sure to sign up on the website so that way you get the magazine as soon as we get that published. And if there's anything at all, that any questions we can answer, anything we can lift up in prayer, please be sure to reach out to us and we'll be happy to do so. But otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow.